Welcome to the second I Can't Even for solving exponential equations with logarithms homework. The first even problem on this section is problem number 10. If you recall, the first step of solving exponential expressions is to isolate our exponential expression. Here you see that 8 to the 5t is not isolated because it has a coefficient of 2 out front. To remove this, we must divide both sides by 2. This leaves behind only our exponential expression on the left, 8 to the 5t, and 14 on the right. Now, utilizing this equation, we may identify our base, which is 8, our exponent, which is 5t, and our answer, which is 14. Now we can rewrite in logarithmic form. This reads as log base 8 of 14 equals 5t. In order to evaluate this logarithm here, we must write it in base 10, so we can enter into our calculator. The change base formula gives us log of 14 divided by log of 8. When we enter this in our calculator, we get 1.26912 equals 5t. Our final step in solving for t is to remove this coefficient by dividing both sides by 5. This gives us our final answer of t equals 0.2538. The next problem on this page is problem number 12. Once again, we need to isolate our exponential expression before solving. This means that this plus 6 here needs to be moved away from this exponential expression. And we can do this easily by subtracting 6 from both sides. This leaves behind 8 to the 6 minus 4p power on the left and gives us 16 on the right. Now using this equation, we can identify our base, which is b, our exponent, which is 6 minus 4p, and our answer, which is 16. Rewritten in logarithmic form, we are left with log base 8 of 16 equals 6 minus 4p. We can evaluate using the change base formula and our calculators by entering log of 16 divided by log of 18. This gives us 1.3 repeated, equal to 6 minus 4p. To isolate and solve for p, we must subtract 6 from both sides first, giving us negative 0.6 repeated on the left and leaving negative 4p on the right. Finally, we must remove this coefficient by dividing both sides by negative 4. This gives us our final answer of 1.16 repeated equals p. The last problem on this I Can't Even is problem number 14. Here we have an expression that is not isolated. We have both a coefficient and a number added here. If you recall from our notes, in order to isolate this exponential expression 4 to the 6x, we must do the reverse order of operations. This means we do addition and subtraction first. So we will remove plus 5 from this side by subtracting 5 from both sides. This leaves behind negative 5 times 4 to the 6x power on the left and gives us negative 35 on the right. Now we can move on to multiplication and division. To remove this coefficient of negative 5, we may divide both sides by negative 5. This leaves us with our exponential expression on the left, 4 to the 6x, and 7 on the right. Utilizing this expression, we can now rewrite this in logarithmic form by identifying our base, which is b, our exponent, which is 6x, and our answer, which is 7. Rewritten, this looks like log base 4 of 7 equals 6x. To evaluate in our calculators, we can enter log of 7 divided by log of 4, and we'll get 1.40368. That is equal to 6x. Our final step in solving for x is to divide both sides by 6, leaving us with 0.2339 equals x. Good luck with the odd problems.